Unquiet flows the Don. A passing Russian Navy flotilla interests the fishermen less than catching bream or carp, but it has attracted the attention of the Americans. President Biden's suggestion of a summit is aimed at calming tensions, as both the US and Russia send warships to the Black Sea. In the last 2 weeks, hundreds of Russian tanks have been transported by train towards the border with Ukraine, a major build-up, and armoured vehicles have been driven along the motorway. Hence the visit of the Ukrainian foreign minister to NATO today, hoping for support from the Western alliance, which is watching the Russian manoeuvres with concern.
Russia's considerable military build-up is unjustified, unexplained and deeply concerning.
The Ukrainians want more military assistance and further sanctions on Russia.
We need measures which will deter Russia and which will contain its aggressive intentions.
He also met the US Secretary of State, keen to send a message to Moscow.
The United States stands firmly behind the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine.
Russia's reported to have moved some 40,000 troops and armour to Voronezh, near the border with Ukraine. Since the war in 2014, it's controlled the Ukrainian region of Donbass, as well as Crimea, where it's reported to have moved another 40,000 troops in the last 2 weeks. 2 US warships are now on their way to the Black Sea. So why now? Yesterday, President Putin was boosting his patriotic credentials, celebrating a Russian hero, the cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin. But he's never regained the popularity he had when he annexed Crimea. There's nothing like a war or the threat of one to boost a leader's nationalist standing. Or maybe he's trying to distract attention from his rival Alexei Navalny, who's sick in prison and commands considerable support in Russia. Or maybe it's because the Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, who visited the war zone in eastern Ukraine last week, has started to arrest oligarchs, threatening some thought to be close to the Russian president. Today, the Russian defense minister blamed NATO for the tension.
We've taken appropriate measures in response to the alliance's military activities that threaten Russia. As part of control measures and exercises during the winter period, we carried out a sudden check of the combat readiness of the troops of the western and southern military districts.
However many drills the Ukrainian army does, the Russian army is 4 times its size. Ukraine is reliant on NATO and the US providing support, and on President Putin letting eastern Ukraine return to the not quite war, not quite peace that it's experienced for the last 6 years.